ringing up Graeme Kenna.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. How are you doing? It's Mr. Hussain here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is Friday, the 20th of September, 2024. And as you know, I've been leaving you daily messages like a broken record since the start of October 2023. And it's following the unlawful abduction and false incarceration by you, the local authority, Bradford Council, of my brother on the 8th of August, 2023. So it's now been a period of 410 days that you unlawfully kidnapped my brother and forcibly put him into a care home. For the first 9 months, I didn't even know where he was because you had instructed your privately commissioned out police force, West Yorkshire Police, to unlawfully arrest me and detain me on falsified, trumped up allegations that I was neglecting my brother so that you could take him into your custody, forcibly carry out a clandestine mental capacity assessment. So you've got a tick box exercise saying that you're acting in my brother's best interest. Clearly, when I did get to see him for 1 hour on the 3rd of June 2024, he was complaining consistently and persistently to me that, look, they're torturing me, they're ill-treating me. You were not clearly looking after him at the care home that's now operating as a private prison, the an effective de facto private prison that you're now detaining my brother in. It's inevitable that you're going to kill my brother off, but the only reason that he's still alive is because he's still got some finances, he's still got some money. And so what you're doing is you're looking to quickly and dissipate all his money by forcing him into a care home of your choosing for your benefit, so you can then claim that you're acting in his best interest. He's not authorized you to do this. We, the family, have not authorized you to do this. And the fact that you're deliberately and consistently and maliciously and persistently refusing to recognize me as my brother's brother, as his nearest relative, as his carer, guardian, protector, but most importantly, the greatest stakeholder in my brother's health and welfare. The fact that you're refusing to recognize the fact that my brother has human rights, that I have human rights and dignities that you by law must protect as an organ of the state. The fact that you're refusing all this stuff and are being so brazen to look to kidnap my brother from my care, to torture him to death so that you can make money and profit and gain. I assure you that maybe you've tried this with other people that are unfamiliar with how the system works, but you know, Mr. Kenna, and you know, Bradford Council, that I've been dealing with you for 2.5 decades, since the year 2000, and in that time period I've witnessed all the debauchery and tyranny that you've been committing against me and my family. But me and my family are just the tip of the iceberg, aren't we? We are just the tip of the iceberg. You've been committing mass murder against the weak and elderly for decades now. That's the reality of it, and you've been just pushing it all up. I think it's called democide, when you're deliberately killing people that you have a duty of care to save on costs. This is all about costs. It's all about money with you people and costs. And the fact that I come from an Asian Islamic Muslim background obviously adds to the whole issue, that you are now more free to torture and murder the people of color through your natural xenophobic racism. So we don't stand a chance. But I'm sure this is not just a race issue. You're not just killing out Pakistanis in Bradford. We just happen to be a higher demographic. I think this is a Western situation. It's not even just a national, but a Western situation where you're killing the weak and elderly because you can't provide them or afford care. This is the bottom line, isn't it? It's all to do with care costs. And I'm not cheap the care quality I provide, because the care I provide is second to none. You cannot provide care. I do it lawfully, you do it illegally. I'm a private citizen. I'm a disenfranchised carer, and yet I am bound to operate within the strict confines of the law, because if I don't adhere to the strict confines of the law, I can get arrested and go to jail. But you as a local authority don't need to abide by any restrictions of law, because you can't get arrested and you can't go to jail. So you live with impunity in the decisions that you make, and you're simply looking to hold the badly put together facade and veneer of respectability that you're a city of culture 2025. You're not a city of culture, you're a city of vultures, lying, cheating, psychopathic scoundrels that are torturing and murdering my loved ones. And there's nothing I can do about it, because all your bent kiddie feeding judges are on your unofficial payroll. The police are on your unofficial payroll. The MPs and councillors, they're all on your unofficial payroll. Everybody's on your unofficial payroll, so that you can continue to masquerade as a local authority acting benevolently. You're not benevolent. You're malevolent, malicious, cruel, vindictive, and you've got a personal grudge and a vendetta against me. And that's why I'm being targeted, and that's why my pro brother's having his human rights denied to him. But I can assure you one thing, that everybody's going to learn what you're doing to us, because I'm not going to be quiet about this. You've murdered my brother. You threw my older brother off a 3-story building, made him quadriplegic for the next 10 years of his life, and then decided to murder him in 2014 to frame me for his death. That all abysmally failed. You falsely sent me to prison on fraud allegations against my own family members, who have then proceeded to give me their lasting power of attorney. Your motivation and the reason that you're targeting me has got nothing to act in the best interest of the people that you have a duty of care to. Your only thing that you're interested in is maintaining your criminal conviction that you've made millions of pounds off. Well, I can assure you that criminal conviction will never last, because it's quite clearly and evident that you falsely criminally convicted me to silence me. This was your attempt to silence me, and all you've really done in the process is highlight the level of debauchery and perversion in the British judicial system. You, the local authority, Bradford Council, are so desperate that you've effectively undermined the whole British justice system. You've perverted the whole institution of justice to such a degree. I know that you've been doing this for a long time by stealing children from families and breaking down those families, so then you can look to sell those children into foster care and make money. It's all corporatized greed, and you have no empathy and compassion for people, because you're a corporation and all you see is money and profit and gain. Well, under these circumstances, I can assure you that this is going to be far more financially costly for you. You are already morally bankrupt, and you're going to be financially very bankrupt very soon, because I know exactly how you operate.
The maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To continue, please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
Yes, Mr. Kenna, time is once again getting the better of me, so I'm going to look to wrap up and my voice message to you today. But rest assured, as night follows day, you'll get another message from me tomorrow, on the day after, and every single day that you're unlawfully detaining my brother, until you either release him or until you murder him. But if you murder him, I've already highlighted and outlined the costs associated with prematurely taking my brother's life. You are going to murder him because you've got no other option but to save on costs. I can assure you, murdering my brother is going to be more costly to you than to release him back into my care, because at the end of the day, you cannot provide him with any care, and my brother is a dual national citizen. This will be a diplomatic incident if you kill my brother, as you are planning to do so, by forcibly giving him medication for diabetes that he doesn't have. Your instinct.
But you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message sent. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's evident what they're gonna do. They try to already. My brother's not dying. He's not got no debilitating condition. He's simply suffering from schizophrenia, a mental health condition since 1986. So that's not gonna kill him. So then they're trying to medicate him for diabetes that he doesn't have. So then they can put that on the death certificate. And they've already got a plot already for him in their own council's grave. The coroner works with Bradford Council. So Bradford Council have I've got this very cozy relationship with the police, the coroner's office, the courts, the judges. Everything is just nicely, tightly put together. They work with the solicitors in the local district. They work with the barristers. It's all one big boys club where they look to murder people and so that they can steal the money and putting it into their own golden handshake pension funds. So when they retire, they're going to be well looked after. Oh, but it won't be that way. I can assure you, God willing, it won't be that way.